And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Crusty Canuck live stream. I'm your host, Crusty Canuck. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. I'm just going over some technical issues here. I see everything is copacetic, everything good to go. Hopefully, we will see. Just making sure that everything's cool here. Well, it looks like something isn't working here, hopefully. How's everyone tonight? Please give me your questions if you can. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Right. Alrighty. I'll get rid of the brand here. Let's see how everything's going. There we are. How's everyone tonight? Everything copacetic, everything cool. Which is going on tonight? So there we are. Greetings, everybody. A Crusty Canuck live stream is on its way, so hang tight. Please keep your questions clean and realistic. And I'll try to comments as promptly as possible. So please stay tuned for another Crusty Canuck. How you doing, Michael Marini? How's it going? On YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble. Cheers. There we are. How is everyone doing? Okay. Good to see you, Michael Marini. There we are. All right. Show this. There you go. How is everyone doing? Good to see you, Michael. Okay. Good to see you, Michael Marini. There we are. All right. And Dave Hemmington. Good to see you, everybody. How is everyone doing in these trying times? Don't be shy, folks. You can also find me on Facebook, and you can find me on YouTube and now Rumble as well. I just set up my Rumble channel. So to my Rumblers out there, don't be shy. Say hello. Let me know what's going down, ladies and gentlemen. We got 4 people watching. Thumbs up. Good. We get some more viewers here and all this. Pretty interesting couple of months in the world of Canadian politics. Don't be hesitant, folks. Please send me your questions and queries. All right. Don't be shy. Say hello. Hello, Colin. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, it's been a few months. I won't be doing any more of the fastballs per se, because my work schedule. I do have a new job, which is nice. All right. But that job takes me away from doing a lot of my online stuff. Right. It wasn't like the online stuff was paying lucratively, but hopefully, one day we'll see. So don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen. Come out and say hello. Michael Marini, how do you feel about the Canadian military engaging in psychology operations against the Canadian population? Now, is that in regards to the COVID issues that they were talking about a few months back? I don't think it's right for any military to do that to its own people. Doesn't matter if it's Canadian, American, British, or what have you. I don't think it's right for anybody to do that. Concerning the men and women that I have served with that have overcome certain odds and obstacles, I think it's really unfair. It just goes to prove, too, that our military is very, very, top heavy. And we need to cut some of that. Right? That's just my opinion. I might have some of my brothers and sisters beg to differ. However, from my personal experience, we are really, really top heavy, and we got to get rid of some of the excess baggage per se. Because there's a lot of senior officers that spend more time in offices than they do in the field, which to me is totally unfair. So That answers your question, Michael. That's satisfactory, right? I feel Canada is going to get worse with guns and the rights and freedoms. I would say yes, especially after watching CPAC today. And today is the anniversary of the Polytechnic massacre that happened in 1989. We have to, it is a homage, but when someone tells me that we have to get rid of guns in Canada because of that situation, I find it dumbfounded and insubstantial and baseless. That was one individual that had access to a firearm when our gun laws were pretty well slack at the time, and he did a heinous crime. And I don't believe that every gun owner in this country should pay the ultimate price because of his fuck-ups. Mark Lepine was a very, very disturbed fellow. So that speaks for itself, right? From Tommy Gunn. Good to see you, Tommy. It's been a while, eh? Here, 2 or 3 RCRs down. Interesting. Due to COVID, all vaxxed. Yeah, I know the majority of personnel are vaxxed. That's news to me. If you can send me a link via email to that, Tommy, I'd appreciate that. Thank you. No. Reference Michael's comment. True that, more general. Yeah, exactly. Too many cooks, right? Too many chefs in the kitchen. Not enough line cooks. Not enough dishwashers. Not enough, Right? I don't want to use another term, but there's just too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to senior officers in this country. And for the sake of political correctness, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell the people at some of my major social media outlets that there is smoking. I do smoke. So, visual discretion is advised in case someone gets triggered. Yeah, so. Don't be shy, folks. Come out and say hi. Tell my fans on YouTube, Facebook, and now Rumble alike. Please send me a comment or two. Ask me anything you'd like to know. Even post it on my right? No, don't be shy, folks. Don't be shy at all. So thing is, I find though too, because of what happened in Polytechnic, we don't hear stories about how many spouses, and in no way am I endorsing any kind of abuse, ladies and gentlemen. No way at all. But from people I served with, people I grew up with, there is a lot of abuse towards young boys, as well as there's to husbands too. And we don't hear about that, eh? Interesting. Colin MacArthur, I hear Trudy is going to step down soon. Well, we'll have to see. But then you have Miss Freeland, lady who tilts her head every time she talks to the press, kind of like a puppy watching television, Mr. Speaker, we've all heard that. Yeah. Tommy Gunn is a reference. Okay, Ottawa News. CTV Ottawa. 1,500 members. Well, I know 3 RCR is still in Petawawa and 2's in New Brunswick. So then New Brunswick is having some interesting lockdowns now too. And hey, wow. Some interesting details in the works. Yeah. I've only seen some brief pages on it, but well, you guys can hear me okay, eh? Everyone can hear me just fine? Yeah, I read that. That's very effing Orwellian. That's just not fucking cool at all. Pardon my swearing, folks, but no, not cool at all. I hope Trudy doesn't step down, just falls down the stairwell. Yeah. Well, the way things are looking right now, he would be smart to step out and step down, whatever abbreviation he comes up with, because it seems like every time he turns around, he invents some new kind of format of some sort. Yeah. So. From Tommy Gunn, Nova Scotia, can't get food without your papers. Papers, please. Jawohl. And hasn't this been predicted, about a year ago? I'm sure I did an episode on this, and a few of my other compatriots did episodes on this about, papers, please. Jawohl. Yes. That's funny, Colin. Well, you mentioned that too. Someone is going to lose it and bad things are going to happen. I was actually talking to somebody today about that you keep backing people into corners. When you back a dog into a corner, you get one or two things. One, you get submission or you get bit. And I think a lot of people are starting to sharpen up their teeth. So, too much submission as it is already. So we'll have to see. Feel free, folks, to ask me anything you'd like to know. And if you like and hear what you see, please consider to subscribe, like, and comment on all of my social media platforms. Get the algorithm going. More likes, more comments. Tells the big tech giants that, someone's interested in what this man has to say. So please click like, comment, and subscribe, and share this all around your social media platforms, folks. So get that out of the way. Yeah, true. A lot of biting will be happening, And I would also say be wary of the shysters out there always asking you for cash. Shouldn't cost you cash to be free. Right? True enough, Colin. Is going to happen. They're going to stop the bullshit or get hurt. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are just itching. Right? A lot of people just itching. Like Rooney. Yeah. We used to make those jokes all the time too. We put on the fake German accent. Say, "Well, this is organized fun. You're coming to the company barbecue." Jawohl. Yes. The company barbecue. We used to have a company barbecue just before every summer leave break, right? Forced fun, they used to call it. Yeah. Some senior NCO would get some kind of trophy or present or something, or the company sergeant major would hand the OC some kind of medallion or something like that. So basically, it was just a glorified parade to watch these guys hobgobble, if anything. I remember doing that as a young private and a corporal. Yeah. You've come to the company barbecue and like it. Jawohl. So that was a treat. Yay. Okay. Ironically enough, yes, we're living it. Yes. You will conglomerate in the grocery store by the meat section. You will show your passports and you will buy one item. One. Like I say again, folks, if you like and hear what you see, please click like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Help the algorithm going. Help guys like myself and other independent folk get the word out there too. So sorry I'm not plugged into my board and my microphone right now. This is a live stream, so you don't need all the bells and whistles, right? What you see is what you get, folks. So and if you do feel like donating, ladies and gentlemen, please consider donating. I'm not at a point now to really need the coin, but if you feel like donating, help this podcast expanding it bigger, by all means, please consider. Yeah, I hear you there, Colin. It's funny. I tried to get into radio, and I gave them proof that I carried a radio overseas. My last tour, did comms and everything, called in fire missions, all that good shit. And they didn't let me get into Nate because they didn't like my tech math mark. Now, it was pretty low. It was about 60 odd %. But in Ontario, you needed 55 at the time to pass your tech math. And I had like a 62 or something like that. And I also had a credit called, it was called Life Math. Basically, what it taught you was gas mileage, mortgage rates, how to look after your rent, and how to budget. And that wasn't good enough to their standards. So they wouldn't give a crusty veteran like myself an opportunity to go train in radio, right? Because they like my math mark. But I had all these credentials that proved otherwise. So I think it was more of an equity thing, if I'm not mistaken. But I hear you, Colin. I hear you. From Dan Van Ninheis, did I say that right, Dan? COVID camps, Ontario border crossing, I'm hearing. I've heard that too, but I know Roxham Road's still rocking and rolling. So you thank the fine people at Rebel Media for presenting that as well. So I bet you were pissed. I can hear you. I understand. You know, the first time I signed up for the services back in the early 90s, I was turned away by Navy personnel because they did the same thing about tech math. And I told them I wanted to get into the infantry. I didn't want to get into the Navy. And they would have none of it. You know, no pun. But that was the logic they gave me, right? So it all depends who they have in charge of recruiting too. If they were smart when it came to recruitment, they would tolerate little inconsistencies when it comes to math marks and understand drive and determination. But they don't see it that way, right? So that's just my opinion. Well, that's the thing. If you can land nav, not see any waypoints, yeah. It's all about adding and subtracting. What else is it? You don't have to carry the A squared over the B cubed. Can you add, subtract? Okay. How far on the map? How far are you from there? Okay, great. How fast do you have to go? You know? Simple shit like that. Yep. Where are you now? I know here in Alberta, you can apply to take a 3-month course to get your equivalency. I think it costs something like $130 to do, but you can get online tutoring and get your equivalency. Are you in the East Coast now, Colin? Well said, Tommy. Well said. Yeah, indeed. Indeed. Fredericton, yes. Many nights of adventures in Fredericton when I was tasked with the infantry school there in New Brunswick. Many interesting evenings, yes. Lots of cool people, though. There's some decent music out of there still, hopefully. You know, knock on wood. But we'll have to see. I think New Brunswick might have an equivalency you can take. Is it grade 11 equivalency or a grade 12 that you need on the tech side of things? Sweetwaters. God, Sweetwaters, yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, there used to be some decent punk rock. So they're giving you a hard time over grade 10. Well, you can get that online. That should be a piece of piss for you. But if that's what they're going to worry about, then I don't think they're really looking for troops. I think they're just looking to waste people's time, right? You can do better than that. You know. I've heard that, Michael. Yes, I've actually heard that. Alberta Vocational Institute in Calgary. Yeah, you know, I think there's other formats you can use too, but yeah, there is upgrades. Yeah, because I looked into that too. But by the time I got my shit together, I just lost interest. Yeah, waiver. Yeah. See, that's the thing. When I hear the magic word waivers, it's like, no. Go out and spend a few months just upgrading. You'll probably thank yourself for it later. But if you're working civvy side now and you're getting decent pay, don't look back. Really, you know. Now I'm seeing more people are coming out, so please don't be shy, folks. Say hello. Say hello to Crusty Canuck. Like I say, live stream Q A. Sorry, not enough bells and whistles for you out there, but well, just trying to get things on the go here. Hey, $20 an hour? That's fucking fantastic. I'm making 19 in my job. So hey, you know, that's good. And it's nice to come home and see a paycheck every 2 weeks too. That's a blessing. So that's an excellent blessing. So stick with that. And if you're working for the provincial government, I'm sure they'd have programs to help you too. So, yeah. So there you go. Stick civvy side. You can grow a nice goatee like here, and, you know, grow a nice beard, and braid it like a fucking Viking. Yeah. So. Don't be shy, folks. Come out and say hello. Ask me anything you'd like to know. Keep it clean, though. Fucking cigarettes. You'll be the death of me. Well, maybe you should just stick with the province too, and then expand, get some hours behind the wheel, and then go civvy side and drive for a big company that's going to look after your interests. They're there. I'm thinking about getting my class 3 up in order because I actually drive a class 3 vehicle on my job site. It's because it's private property. They don't worry about that. They just want to know that you have familiarity with it and you got your basic license. So, but I'm accumulating enough hours where I could actually maybe go write the test. So, get your Kaz. No notification. That doesn't surprise me, Kaz. Good to see you. We've talked before. Anyway, good to see you, Kaz. No worries. You can find me on Facebook and on Rumble now, too. So not only can you deter from the bigwigs, you can check me on Facebook and on Rumble. So you can find me on Rumble as well, guys and gals. So I try that out too. But good to see you, Kaz. Yeah, I might get a class 1, but I don't feel like driving transport. No, I'm not a big trucker aficionado. I like coming home on a regular basis. I did enough of that crap in the Army. You know, I know Canada's going to be hurting for truck drivers, one way or the other, than in the near future. But needless to say, I like coming home to my wife. You know, she's a blessing. So. Michael Maroney. You know, it's funny you mentioned that, Michael, because a few buddies of mine I still talk to, and some of the memos and conversions they have seen have said some really stupid things. And chances are some of these rules and regs probably come from some university woke kid who has never, ever really stepped out of his or her basement or comfort zone, other than maybe CF training in Saint Jean. And that's about it. But you nailed it on the head there, Michael. Even, you know, when they stop hitting troops per se, you know, they have ways to get you. But you made a choice. If you wanted to be there, then you were there, and you persevered, and you put up a lot of garbage. And I've worked with many great NCOs. I've worked for great people, and I've worked for not so great people too. So, you know, it gives you an outlook on life, and it gives you an example of what to do and what not to do. But now, you know, if shit was to hit the fan, I would say you probably see more civilians out there kicking ass, taking names, and then the dedicated soldiers doing the same thing too, right? So good to see you, Dave. Good to see you. Yeah, you were mentioning that too. Well, next time I venture to your area, maybe you can train me in the finer points of a commercial vehicle so I can write off my air brakes again. Yeah, so I can say I'm going to upgrade. I'm going to try more time. If I don't, yeah. Well, that's like don't wait for glory. Go get your own, Colin. That's the trick. You know, chances are you probably have a better lifestyle, and you probably make some more money sticking with what your guns right now. Right. So give that a shot, bud. Yeah. But like I say, folks, don't be shy. Ask me anything you'd like to know. I am an open book. I try to be anyway. To my Rumble fans out there, don't be shy either, too. First time I tried the Rumble live stream. I'm on Rumble right now as we speak. So just double checking the pages, make sure everything's copacetic. They're a few seconds behind, but no worries. Well, that guy's leaving the CF. Yeah. When I left, well, when I retired after my 20 in 2018, there was a few numbers of guys just getting out. Actually, I got a couple emails a few weeks back from a couple of troops that I trained when I was instructor, and they left. You know, one guy just got his master corporals, and he put in his release, and he just wasn't happy. He just was not happy at all. You know, he trained for his leadership. He made the grade. He told me his whole story, how he qualified for this, qualified for that, did the courses, did his leadership training, the field phase, everything, and he couldn't stand it. He felt like he was being micromanaged 24/7, you know, as new Master Jacks usually are, but not to the degree that he was telling me. So I'm not going to mention his name because I believe in protecting one's privacy, but he was a good kid when I was training him, and he became a decent soldier. Like, he was not fucking commando by any means. He just did his job. He did it well. And he left. He got tired of it. He just didn't see any kind of progress. And I would agree. There's a lot of guys who are just fed up with shit. So, Patriot Kaz, after the economy crashed in 22, how will winter look for those who can't get their shit together? Well, I think, Kaz, you and I can both agree that that would happen more in the urban centers per se. Not so much in the rural areas where I am, where you are, where a lot of other individuals are. Um, I think common sense has left the building a few years back, because I was watching something on CPAC today. One of the conservative reps, I think from Bow River, was saying he was surprised how many questions he was getting from his constituents in regards to going to the grocery store. And it shows that sense of reliance that people have had. Now, I've got meat stocks, I've got some dry stocks, common sense, right? And you and I know as well that, you go to the grocery store, you buy a steak. We know where it comes from. So what's going to be a downfall, I think, if for those people that can't get their shat together, would be people that have been reliant on big government's words and big commercials, big this, without using common sense, right? To my first-time viewers and listeners out there, please stock up on some canned goods, chilies, soups, beans, rice, right? Sorry, you can't have a gourmet meal every effing evening. It's not Chef's Plate or the big wigs out there advertising convenience. Get back to common sense. Train yourself how to preserve things again. There are things you can do. You can go online and find it too, just give it a shot, But yeah, you nailed that in the head there, Kaz, big time. There are people out there who are not going to know what to do, and there's going to be a panic, right? And we know who to blame for that, basically. So, yes, and of course, paying Canadians to stay at home again too because of the Omicron variant. Now, does that not sound like a transformer that just didn't make the cut? I used that joke in my last podcast. Honestly, when you hear the term Omicron, don't you think of a transformer that just wasn't evil enough? Maybe. I don't know. I try to find the humor in that. Omicron variant. Yeah. Sounds like something you get in your feet rather than in your lungs. So. Don't be shy, folks. Ask me anything you want to know. A lot of it's top of the head. A lot of it's stuff that I've actually researched and looked into based on personal experience, what I've talked to with others. Even my employer has a great insight on things to come, per se. He's been in the agriculture industry for a very long time, so he understands the market. He understands what's going to go up, what's going to go down. Who knows? Who is the WHO? The WHO is the World Health Organization by the UN, and the WEF, I think, is another organization when it comes to economics. Yeah. The thing is, I stopped paying attention to anything what the UN says because half of them are full of shit. Their mandates have come and gone like bad gas. They can't decide whether they're coming or going. Right? Well, of course, Trudy loves the UN because every liberal government has loved to have a seat on the UN, right? They would love nothing more to take us back to the glory days of every Canadian soldier wearing a blue beret saying, "No, stop that." Right? I saw a report on CTV today with a Cormorant helicopter having cracks in its tail. 19 of the 23 helicopters having cracks in their tail wings or the tails of the chopper there. Pardon my terminology to my pilots out there. But yeah, there's cracks in the tails of these helicopters. So is it going to be another waste of spending? So when I look at Trudy talking about the UN, the glory days of peacekeeping and all that good stuff, I don't find it legit. The thing is too now, it's when we look back at the last election that I was running in, you get insight on how desperate some of these people are to get a seat in Ottawa. And you see how desperate they are to maintain whatever piece of power that they have, and the great lengths they'll go to keep it, right? And people say, well, there's no such thing as an honest politician. Well, I would agree to that. But there is such things as integral politicians and men and women that want to lead people to proper victories, i.e. you keeping your money and you paying a fair tax to keep things afloat rather than you paying a tax to keep them afloat, right? So that's just me, though. And yeah, Trudy does love his UN because he learned those finer points from his daddy, right? But then both him and his daddy are trained communists too, so I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. Don't be shy, ladies and gentlemen. Please ask me anything you'd like to know too, right? Okay, let's see. Keystones. I don't know. That's a toughie because when you look at the negotiations that they supposedly had at Team Canada, Miss Freeland and her new team of generic millennials have have done. I don't know. That's probably all up to Biden and probably the people in Michigan too. But I know a lot of Michigan people in Michigan. I don't know what the adjective is for that, but people in Michigan are upset too, as far as I know. But I know Ellis Robb, the First Nations MLA out of BC, he's quite adamant in telling the Canadians the truth when it comes to Wet'suwet'en, getting the pipelines going here for Canada at least. But the Keystone issue, I know they'd like to bury it, honestly. The Liberals would like to bury everything when it comes to Canadian fossil fuels because they would prefer to spend the $10, $12 a barrel out of Saudi Arabia and Nigeria to get the better deal, to have it shipped through the St. Lawrence, right? So they're going to maintain dropping raw sewage in St. Lawrence and importing inhumane oil compared to what Canada does. You know? Hope that answers your question. That's my best guess. That's my educated guess, my hypothesis. Remember that word, hypothesis, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. But in the next couple of weeks, ladies and gentlemen, I'll try to do these live streams once in a blue moon if I can too, to keep you posted and updated and all that good stuff. If you'd like to hear what you see, please click like and subscribe and comment too on all of my videos. You can find me on YouTube, Rumble, Wimkin, Brightian, and Facebook. I try to add the odd video there too, right? So don't be shy. Don't be shy at all, because the more and more people get product and word out there, the easier it's going to be later on. You know, from some of the patch workers I have talked to, there's still lots of work that's going to be done, still lots of work in the future. They just don't know where it's coming from, per se. So, from Dave Hemington, I'm reading the book Plague by Dr. Okay. Her hypothesis is the use of animal tissue in making MMR vaccines is causing autism. That's interesting because I remember a stat roughly about 10 years ago that it was something like 1 in 70 kids, or was it 1 in 76 or 80 kids that was getting autism? Interesting. And keep that handy, Dave, please. Yeah. But it's interesting, right? And we'll see what the stat's going to be when they start forcing more vaccinations and when they try to add more boosters for the Omicron variant, right? The Transformer that just didn't make it. That could be a kid's book. Any suggestions, anybody? The story of Omicron variant. Yeah. See how that works. Well, I still have a deal going on there, ladies and gentlemen, too. If you'd like, you can find yourself, if you feel like donating, $5 or $10 entries at my Patreon page on podbean.com. You can win yourself a coffee mug, such as this one here on my screen. Donate 10 or more per month. You will be entered to win this mug. Postage paid. That means, you donate $10 a month. I draw your name. You become a lucky winner. I will give you this mug and I'll pay for it myself. So there you go. And if you want yourself a t-shirt instead of a mug, you can do that too for $5 a month. Enter to win a t-shirt, postage paid, classic Crusty Canuck black t-shirt with the saying on the back, humanity and merit wins the day. So classic motto of the Crusty Canuck podcast. So that's up to you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to do it, but the offers are there too. So you can either get the mug, right? $10 a month. And I draw at the end of the month, or t-shirt, $5 a month. And I draw at the end of the month too. So if you do enter, just make sure you say for 5 and then your initials and your email. So I do draw, I have someone to refer to rather than just a random $5 purchase. Or a $10 purchase. And if you do like kit merchandise, you don't want to enter, you can go to my customized girl. It's in the description. Pick yourself some Crusty Canuck swagger today. So check that out, ladies and gentlemen. But like I say, you can find me on Wimkin, and you can also find me on Brighton and Rumble too. So don't be shy. Right. So please, any comments, queries, questions, by all means, I am an open book. I try to do more live streams in the near future too. Like I say, my schedule is simple. I do 10 days on, and then I do 4 days off. And usually my 4 days off, I try to get at least one episode of the podcast up. And I'm going to try to keep a live stream going to keep it somewhat regular as well, depending on my schedule. But we'll try to get that done. Okay. For you, my beautiful fans out there and listeners alike. So. Is the government boiling my blood? The government's been boiling my blood for a very long time, to say the least. You've heard me talk before about liberty. We need government, but not to a point where it has to dictate what we put in our bodies. That includes food, includes medicine, includes intimacy, who we choose to love, whatever. Basically libertarian-based, if anything. That was one of the platforms I had when I was running for the VCP, which I will run again in the next federal election. I want people to do what they want to do without hitting people taking their stuff. That's simple, right? I want people to go to work. I want people to thrive. I want people to love who they want, do what they want, and do it with peace, freedom, and security. I don't care if you own a gun. I don't care if you don't own a gun. I don't care if you get the jab, if you don't get the jab. Do what you want to do, right? It's just living your lives and enjoying it without so much red tape and regulation, right? People fought really hard against that crap in the 20th century. That's why communism failed. That's why markets opened up. People were getting rich again. People were starting to spend money again, right? But now we can't do it because we got bigwigs in Ottawa calling the shots. And it's not so much for the sake of longevity or looking after the environment. It's more for the sake of wokeism, right? It's more for the sake of projected fears, right? I'm against big pollution, but I'm not against reality. I'm against people that would sit and eat a manufactured sandwich and throw a piece of paper on the ground, throw it in a wastebasket, recycle it, whatever. I don't believe that the 40 billionaires in this country are going to make a difference if they were taxed to the hoop. What's going to make a difference in this country is when you have government officials stop spending recklessly and do things based on fact rather than fear, right? So, if you want to get the jab. That's up to you. I'm not going to think less of you if you get whatever vaccine out there. I don't care if you wear a mask. Like my wife and I, when we go shopping, we wear masks in the stores. Why? Because we don't want the bullshit. Honestly, we don't want the bullshit. Okay. But it's getting to a ridiculous point now where you're seeing more people scream about distancing and scream about masks and needles. Oh my God. All the Carls and Karens going to the woodwork, pointing at the distance, losing their shit. Like a bad version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Like, enough. Right? And that's the thing, too. You're forced to get it through the government. Government mandates. Is it law? It's mandated, but is it law? Now, I was let go from a job because I had an opinion towards the mask issue. Okay? Someone didn't like my opinion, so I was released. I've had 2 jobs the past year and a half that I was released because someone didn't like my opinion. So there's more at stake than just the pandemic or the jab issue. It's people's feelings. Oh my goodness, don't say this, don't say that because, I might get hurt. Welcome to adulthood. Right? Mm-hmm. And you're right, Colin. Yeah. Somebody or some bodies are going to snap. And then what? Right? You're going to blame a gun. You're going to blame a brick. You blame a car. Right? You're going to blame someone, an anti-vaxxer, a pro-vaxxer, anti-abortionist, pro-abortionist. What? Right? What's going to be blamed? And they know it. They know it. Right? They know it. The whole days of playing dumb are done. So. No one else to say, but without getting angry. Well, without getting pissed. Well, people are getting backed into corners too many damn times, and it's not right. I had friends. Well, I was still in touch with a lot of them, and a few buddies actually in Ontario. They had a great savings account, and because of these mandates and lockdowns and where to go, what not to do, where to sit, where to shit, where to put their mask on, where to work, where not to work, they lost their savings to keep things afloat, to keep the bills paid, to keep their lights on, to keep the food in the fridge. Right? To make sure that their kids had a decent Christmas, to make sure that their family and friends were looked after. And all the work that these individuals did to save up all that money, gone. Right? And for what? Fear. Bloody fear. Right? So. And in the next couple of weeks, of course, Parliament's going to take another probably 6 weeks off because they deserve such a heartfelt Christmas, right? So it's basically just follow the money. Just follow the money. Keep following the money. That's who's in charge, right? Who's getting paid, who isn't getting paid. Now, I have to hand it to some of the conservative politicians that are standing up for the little guy. I'll have to hand it to them because they are bringing light to the terms in regards to who's getting paid and who isn't. And I agree with Mr. Polyev when it comes to paychecks instead of debts. Yeah. And we have the means in this country to do it. Right. So all the urbanites out there who are against Canadian oil and fossil fuels, think about that when you turn your lights on. Think about that when you turn the heat up. Think about that when you have your hot water tanks going. Think about that when you type your anti-Twitter montages in your plastic cell phones and you open up your plastic containers to have your vegetarian meal. Yes. Saw a sign outside McDonald's saying 17-hour to start. But hey, why not? You want to flip the fake burgers? Go for it. You know? Heck, I remember minimum wage being $3.80 an hour. Whoa. Right? And if you wanted to make big bucks, you had to work 2 part-time jobs. Right? And make sure you took an additional 30% off your own paycheck every time because the government ended up screwing you. Right? Then again, $17 an hour at a fast food place. Where are you located? You're in BC, Justin? Yeah. What's the cost of living in BC now? Yeah. Wouldn't surprise me, Colin, because I knew lots of people here during my campaign that voted for somebody because someone else voted for him. So, yeah, I know what you mean, bud. No, I agree, Justin. I agree. Right? And the less government does that, then I would say the more affordable housing will be. Right? If you're willing to work 12, 14-hour days to get ahead, then it should be a fair wage for you. Right? Like I said, I'm making $19 an hour now, which is, I'm grateful, which is good. You know, when I see my paycheck every 2 weeks, it's fucking fantastic. But I'm pulling in anywhere from 51 to 55 hours a week too. So I'm not, pardon my French, I'm not fucking around. So, and true, 5 an hour is better than 0 an hour. Yeah, I agree. Anything's good. But then again, you know, Vancouver Island, what are the mortgage rates in Vancouver Island right now, hypothetically, or in broad term? Mortgage rates and, let's say, minimal rent. Yes, thank you. Yes, I was looking hard. And you know, funny day, I got a phone call from another place I applied to. They called me if I was still interested, and I applied to them 2 months ago. So they're really prompt and getting back to people that are interested, eh? Yeah. So rent about $1,000 for 1 bedroom. So a 1-bedroom apartment or dwelling per se. Okay, that's assuming you get a nice little toilet, nice little foyer, living space, kitchen space, and a bedroom. Maybe a couple of closets, give or take 5 or 6 feet. For $1,000, and it's $17 an hour. So let's say you're doing the 40-hour work week, right? She'd be tight, wouldn't she? It'd be a tight, right? But then again, if you expect to make a killing working at McDonald's, then you're aiming too low. If you're aspiring to become a manager, then that's a different story, right? But you know as well as I do, before you run, you got to walk. You know, it's like the old Rush lyric. It's not how fast you go; it's the force that goes into the flow. Right? From Marathon, 1985, Power Windows. Probably one of the best songs they've ever written. Thank you, Neil Peart. God rest your soul. But yeah. So it's roughly the same. Yeah. 1-bedroom apartment, eat up 50%. Yeah. Not to mention the groceries and the gasoline too, to get to and from work. And Dave, you know as well as I do, you want to spend a Thursday or Friday at the Harb. Oh, yeah. Better off in the dole, right? Mm. Yeah, have to work 2 jobs. Victor, good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. You hiding your fox? No, I've actually been working quite a bit. And the individuals that I had with the Sunday and Thursday fastballs, they're all working in their own projects too. So getting people together is tough per se. But no, I'm still around. I still try to get episodes up and running too. So I keep the podcast going. But good to see you, right? Tommy Gunn, yes, 13 plus 100 for a 1-bedroom. See, and that's the thing. So if you're making $16 or $17 an hour at your local Mickey D's or Burger King or wherever you want to go, and you're expecting to make a living doing that, you're better off in a shared accommodation. You know, honestly, you know, or you eat once a day. You know, that's the thing. See, that's the thing. You know, some jobs do offer you the overtime advantage too. Some don't. And considering you're a tradesperson, you know, and there's demand for the trades out there, for drivers, for welders, for carpenters, for electricians, right? Yeah. Yes, smugglers. Many of an adventure there, my friend. You know, yes, many adventures at Smugs. Yes, for sure. And that's the thing, Justin. Yeah, you should make a living wage at McDonald's. McDonald's is like, when you think about it, a job for kids. If you have aspirations to become a manager there, by all means, go for it. Whatever you want to do. Okay. But we've all seen these individuals saying, oh, minimum wage should be higher. Oh, my goodness. Right. And for what? If all you aspire to do is to sling a half-assed burger, throw it in a box and a bag for somebody, and say the magic words, thank you, come again, all that stuff. Like, what is it you want to do then with your life? I don't know. That's just the me thing. Well, and to have a trade nowadays, yes, it is. It doesn't matter if you're a driver or carpenter or electrician, a pipe fitter, anything. You know, trades are good. I thank the trades all the time. We had some issues with our hot water tank there last week. We got it fixed, thankfully, because of tradespeople. We had issues with our furnace there a few weeks back. Thank God for tradespeople, right? You know, when I go to Home Depot or any shop when I can afford some lumber, I tell them what I want. It's because people, the background, the trades, they know exactly what I need. Done. Thank God for that, right? Mm. And really, yeah, right. If low skill, no danger equals low pay, okay, McDonald's pays 17. Well, yeah, really. Doesn't take a lot of skill. You know, you learn the company's format. I remember working at Burger King when I was a teenager, right? You'd have another fellow coworker show you how to put the Whopper here and how to put the fries here and the onion rings there and ooh, the chicken here, ooh, and then Burger King breakfast too. How to do this, how to do that, how to clean this, try and done. And it was routine and routine and routine. And from $3.80 an hour and you jumped to $4.25, you thought you had the world by the fucking ass, right? How things have changed, right? How things have really changed, right? Interesting enough, right? Mm-hmm. Colin MacArthur again. CBSA stopping. I've heard something like that, rumblings, you know, but it wouldn't surprise me if that happened. It wouldn't surprise me. Big, scary black guns. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Got to run back to a couple hours. Yeah, nice to see you guys too. Yes. Take care, Justin. Glad you took some time out to say hello. Appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. Cheers. Victor, yes, true. Not everywhere rocket scientist. Well, no. You know, it, it, I understand the bureaucracy and the headaches that goes into owning a franchise, right? And then hiring good staff to do what you need them to do. Okay. But if you're a fast food worker and you demand to get paid the same as an attorney or the same as a truck driver or a carpenter, like what skills, what services are you offering people for that kind of pay? Like, what kind of skills and service you're offering? What gets me is when we've got government officials that are denying the fact of the housing bubble that's going on, how ridiculous it is to buy a home. And you get some of these millennials who are screaming high heaven, oh my goodness, I can't buy a house. Well, it took me a lot of years to have enough money to put a down payment on a house because of the choices I made. Okay. For the longest time, a military career, I was a single fellow. So I lived in an apartment on base, or I lived in a room on base. Okay. So that necessity was looked after because I was gone all the time. I didn't have time to settle down. I didn't really have time to worry about buying a house, right? The choices I made. And when I met my wife, things changed. Okay. We both put our money together. We both did things together. I was had a good salary as a soldier. So yes, we could build and save. And then voila, there you go. We have a down payment. Excellent. Okay. But I couldn't have done that if I was working at a fast food restaurant. That'd be next to impossible. We knew that when we were kids then too, many moons ago. If you want more money, get a second job or train yourself to get into this or do this. Try to better yourself. Stop saying, okay, now I have a job. Here, hand me things. No, you work for it. Simple work ethic. It doesn't matter what trade you're in, whatever. You got to work for it. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have aspirations of working in the fast food industry, fine. Aim to be a manager. There's more money in that, right? Not a lot, but some of the people I've talked to that have worked at McDonald's as managers managed to be able to save a few thousand here and a few thousand there to put a healthy down payment in a home, right? But now it's getting harder because you're also finding people that get all these degrees in this and degrees in that, or get qualified in something that's totally effing irrelevant to any kind of lifestyle. And yet there's an expectation there saying, well, maybe you taught your kids a lesson in reality. That's just me though. And it is getting harder to save money because of inflation and because of some of the ridiculous tax rates that are going on now too, right? So it is getting more difficult for everybody, Well, money management is something you should have been taught, right? But saving gets more difficult because prices keep going up, right? And we can honestly say whose fault that is. Right, Ms. Freeland? Justin? Right? I'll take a few more questions, folks, and I'll begin to shut this thing down. So I try to keep it at least an hour or so, not too long, but just let you know I'm alive and well. All is good. Crusty Canuck is still on the air. Yes, I'm still making episodes. Like I say, once every 10 days or so, I'll put a new episode up. But like I say, I do 10 days on, and then I have 4 days off. So I'll dedicate some of that time to making episodes for you all there too. So don't be shy, folks. Get your questions in as we speak. So, and that's great, Dave. Congratulations on that too. Congratulations on that. It takes two to straighten each other out. It takes two to tango, right? So it takes two to tango, my friend. But ladies and gentlemen, don't be shy. Please ask me all you want to know. I'm seeing more people come on and then come off again. You know, is the beard scary? Well, from my experience, Colin, it's not where you're looking for it. It does happen. It does happen. So your best bet is stay away from the dating sites, stay away from the bars. Go to a bar to drink. Don't go to a bar to mingle. You know, if you want a quickie, sure. You know, but you find that it's not necessarily an issue. You know, you got to find someone that's going to be your friend, right, as well as your lover. And from my experience, I've seen a lot of people that would get married for the wrong reasons, you know, but that's between them and their partners to work out, you know. But I've had my trials and tribulations too. Had my share of mistakes. You learn from them and you carry on. Don't approach any kind of meeting or relationship with a list of expectations. Just be yourself, and it'll happen for you, man. It will. It happens. Like, that's just the way it goes, you know. That's just my best advice, you know. Just focus on what's good for you, what makes you feel good, makes you happy every day. Because the only person that's truly going to make you happy, okay, you know, until you meet that significant other, is yourself, right? And you meet someone who wants to share that with you, and she shares herself with you too. That's all the better. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So, and you learn how to respect her needs too, as well as she respects yours. It's not, you know, in a way it can be confusing, because every time you turn on the television or any newsprint or any media, even online here, you know, you see all these expectations of what has to be what has to happen. And it's a matter of just two people working at it, making it happen. Two people. Okay. That's where it counts. So get rid of the old mantras and the old stereotypes and focus on the now. You know, what's important to you? What do you like to do? How do you do it? You know, and then go from there. Right. And if the opportunity comes around, well, open the door, give it a chance. Right. Well, yeah, that's true too. But then you can use this to your advantage as well to test people's character, right? Test people's character in that as well. So that's the thing. Right. Victor, I ended up as a marine engineer, so you get some toothpicks and college courses, and good money will come. General nuisance. Well, see, that's the thing. Decisions, right? I look back at my military career. Maybe I should have joined at 18 rather than in my early 20s, right? But I wanted to dabble, test things out, appreciate this, appreciate that. But that's the thing. When I look back at my life, I don't regret joining the military. You know, some subtle regrets in regards to taking a stand against this or taking a stand against that, right? Maybe I should have tried harder here in this class or tried harder here in that situation. But I don't regret my time in the service. No. Like I said, I worked with wonderful people. I worked for wonderful people, made some great friends. And like any other job, I've worked for some not so wonderful people too. So that gives you insight, you know. But I'm not retired from working. I'm retired from the military. So I'm still giving the old college try, giving 100% and do what I got to do. Keep the lights on, you know, smoke these cigarettes, you know, make sure that I'll have a savings account again, which is getting there again, slowly but surely. It's getting there. But I don't regret being a soldier whatsoever. No. Quite the experience, quite the education all on its own. Some of the demons I have slayed over the years, they still rear their ugly heads once in a while, but I'm always there now to smash them down. But yeah, it's quite the experience. So, but really, did you want to be a general, Victor? How many do we have in this country? About 160. Do we really need any more? You know, so Like, when I get my class 1, yes, I've thought about upgrading that there, Colin, before too, but I want to stay home. I want to come home to my wife after work. I don't want to be traveling all around. I know there's going to need drivers sometime too. Even for the sake of emergency, I'll step up and volunteer. But the way things are now, I like coming home to my wife every night. That's the thing. Spending a lot of time on the highway and driving and shipping, it's exciting, but I'm well into my 40s now. I don't have time to do that. I have a beautiful home here, a beautiful wife. I gotta come home. That's the thing. Oh, I'll do a local driver job too, but that's the thing. Where I work right now, I come home at a decent time in the evening. So, it's a long day, but it's still a decent time in the evening. Come home, take my coat off, take my boots off, throw my lunch pail, my thermos down, grab a shower, grab something to eat, sit and chill. That's always a good thing. So that's how it is. And besides, I can't afford the driver training right now. I've already put paperwork in with Veterans Affairs, but you know how they operate, right? 3 months to tell you something, 6 months to confirm something, and maybe nothing at all. So we've all had that spiel, right? Yeah, I've heard that too, Dave. There's a couple of companies in my area that would pick me up in a heartbeat because of my veteran status, and plus some of the people I've known. I hate to say because I know people, but there's a reality there too. But I know what you mean there too as well. Yeah. So, like I say, folks, you like to hear what you see, please click like, subscribe, especially on my Crusty podcast is on YouTube, Rumble, Wimkin, and Brightian. So don't forget to add a comment or two, click like, all that good stuff. Help the algorithm out with independent folks like myself to get the words out there to all you beautiful people. Don't be shy. Say hello. I put an episode up there on Saturday. So if you want to check it out, my YouTube page, please give it a listen. There is an audio issue I've had because I put a Parliament segment up there with Pierre Poilievre sparring with Krista Freeland. The audio cut out somehow. I don't know. When I was listening to my headphones, so I could hear it. Everything was good. Maybe YouTube is screwing around with something. I don't know. But needless to say, please check out the episode. Link is in the description as well if you want to get the full parliamentary access to the spar and the debate. But please watch my videos if you can. Check me out even on Podbean as well, too. Just listen to my podcast. Try to build up subscribers and everything. So it starts with you, my beautiful audience out there, to click like, subscribe, and all that good stuff on all of my social media platforms. Links will be in the description. Don't be shy. Let's get the words out there. Keep independent folks such as myself up and running with different opinions, different outlooks. So you, the viewer, consumer, taxpayer, laborer, husband, father, mother, wife, lovers, whatever, can decide for yourselves as you should. Right? So don't be shy, folks. Ask me anything you want to know. I'm going to shut this down in the next 10 minutes. So I'll try to keep these somewhat short and sweet, but decent. So let you know my fan base out there that I'm alive and well, all is good. And I really want to hear what you have to say, and I don't mind the questions at all, too. So don't be shy, folks. Even to my friends there on Rumble, too, if you're watching this, don't be shy. First time putting live stream on my Rumble channel, so I'll get that sorted out. See, that's the thing. I would love to drive that myself. But like I say, I'm well into my 40s now. I'm not full and piss and vinegar like I was in my early 20s. If I did that in my early 20s, probably have a great time doing it. But TO to Vancouver, 5 days, that's a long haul, my friend. Wow. where I'd have to sleep at least 2 days, a minimum of 2 days after a trip like that. But yeah, that's the thing, you know. But I think based on the questions I had from Michael there in regards, and Kaz especially, Kaz, you're still around, say hello. You know, if there is a crisis when it comes to shipping, especially with the floods and the manufactured delays that our governments have taken part in, I think truck drivers will be an asset. Well, they always are an asset, regardless. You know, guys who haul freight across the country back and forth, even where I work too. We got grain haulers that come in and they're hauling grain from Manitoba and north of Saskatchewan and other places too. And they haul a lot and they're on the road quite a bit, bringing grain to different feed outlets and what have you. So it's a respected trade, big time. So the thing is too, like I say, like my age and everything, I'm well into my 40s now, so I'm not into being away from home like I was as a soldier. So I go to work, be there on time. I do what I can to the best of my ability, try to go above and beyond when the situation calls for it. But then also I like coming home. I like stepping in my door at 5:30 in the evening and go, yep, I did that today. So thought trucks should be naked or hungry. Yes, or we live in the bush, one or the other. But yeah, I see what your point, man. Okay, folks, I'll be shutting this down in the next 10 minutes. So please, I'll get everyone to weigh in. Where are you all talking to me from, too? If you can, let me know, folks. Give me your location. You don't have, not your exact location, but your city or your province or your state. My American friends out there, too. Yeah. Don't be shy and say hi. Where is all right to me from? Wyerton, yes, Dave, that's right. I knew you were on the Owen Sound area. So Wyerton, Ontario, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes, Wyerton, Ontario. I think I mentioned to you before, I'd love to go diving in that bay there. So from Victor, well, they're fine. As far as I know, I was talking to my father there yesterday. All is good. I'm going to give my sisters a call tonight. My mother has passed on. She passed away in 2016. But yeah, they're doing fine. They don't really talk about, they're not as political as what I am. They're not as political as what I am. So they don't really talk a lot of shop with me, per se. But my family's good, Victor. They're strong, they're safe, and they're ready to fucking rock and roll. Colin MacArthur, no Jobwick. New Brunswick, yes. Right. Wyerton Willie just died again. Yes, another groundhog, another rodent. It's funny, at our job, we've got a few muskrats, you know? So when I think of groundhogs, I think of muskrats. Just the smaller retarded cousin, I guess you could say. So. Well, a couple more minutes, folks, and then we'll be shutting this down for another successful Crusty live stream Q&A too. So like I say, if you like hear what you see, please click like, subscribe on my videos, my live streams too. Please get the algorithm going. Let big tech know that there's people out there that give a shit and they want to see original content, not just the manufactured TikTok, look at me dance bullshit, right? So affirmation comes from better dialogue than just liking all the time. So don't be shy, folks. Say hello. No more albino groundhogs. Just was that an equity thing? Dave. Those albino groundhogs aren't feeling included enough. We have to get more diverse groundhogs to celebrate this one day of the year where we can pretend everything's hunky-dory. Yeah. Victor, mom and pop are on boosters now. Yeah, see, that's I don't know. I'm not bothering. Honestly, I'm not going to bother. You know, they can mandate all they want. I'll just bring out my English roots and just say, jog on. You know, but I'm sorry to hear that, Victor. I hope all the best for your family. I do. So, well, they could breed them. They could breed albinos there, Dave. They could. So, but I know every February 2nd. Yeah. Let's look at Wyerton Willie or the other big names they have there. You know, so we'll see. It's an excuse to get drunk. That's all it is. I'm sure there's copious amounts of alcohol, especially around. You know, it's Wyerton Willie Day. Yes, there we go. Oh, okay, saw his shadow. 6 weeks of winter. You think? You know, that's the thing. We already know there's 6 weeks of winter left because the calendar says so. We don't need a groundhog to justify it for us. But yeah, it's fun times. So, okay, folks, another few minutes, and then I'll shut this down for another successful episode of Crusty Canuck Live Q A. So, like I say, if you like and hear what you see, please don't be shy. Like if you want to donate $10 or more a month, you get yourself an automatic entry into winning this Crusty Canuck mug. It also comes in black too, ladies and gentlemen. So consider that. And if you want to do the $5 draw, donate $5 or more a month. The Crusty Canuck podcast address is in the picture there, description. You know, get in and win a T-shirt, basic black Crusty Canuck podcast T-shirt with the famous motto, "Humanity and merit wins the day." So please consider that as two, ladies and gentlemen. You know, consider joining today or donating, or just check out my shop at Customized Girl. Links in the description. I got T-shirts, mugs, hats, sweatshirts, swimsuits, other paraphernalia there too. Christmas is coming, so get your loved ones some nice Crusty Canuck swagger today, if you can. A bit of a sales pitch there. Well, if there's no more other questions, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Crusty Canuck on this beautiful 6th of December to another live stream. So I'll try to get something up, hopefully, 10 days from now. Well, after my 10-day shift. So look for episodes coming a week this coming Saturday. So that would be so probably on the 18th. Look from the Crusty episode, probably a live stream on the 20th too, just before the big holiday for everybody too. So and thanks to everyone who came out and asked me whatever you want to know. Without you wonderful people and fans and listeners alike, this podcast would not be as possible. So give yourselves a round of applause for that and pat in the back for all that too. But anyway, thank you very much. I'm very grateful to all the positive outcome and the emails I've received lately. Thank you very much. And I will do my best to keep episodes up and do what I can to keep you all informed. And like I say, please watch my shows, videos, and the live streams. Click like, subscribe, and share these all around your social media platforms to help us independent folk get the word out there. So you guys are wonderful. Thank you very much for sticking around all this time. And I will see you all on the next live stream and my next podcast. So take care, everybody. All the best. And let's make a call to try and do what we can to be good to each other in these trying times. Take care, everybody, and have a good night and have a wonderful Monday evening. We'll see you again. Bye for now.